Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. So in today's video I'm just going to do kind of like just a sit down talk video, and this is going to be kind of uncut because I can't really edit videos at the moment. It's not with the computer, it's more or less just what's going on with this, which I won't explain that in this video. That'll be like maybe like a different video if I get around to it. But I am working on the OXCR video from race round 6 at Mob Motorsports. I'm working on that video, I'm not done yet, but that's beside the point. In today's video though, what I'm going to be doing is going to be talking about my personal predictions when it comes to the 2024 Can-Am models. And mostly what I want to see. So what I'm looking to see from the 2024 models is, obviously we're gonna get a color change. I believe that's going to happen. If I'm not mistaken, we did get a color change from the 2023s. So we did get that, but I know the XMR 850 didn't change. I know that it's still desert tan. It just kind of doesn't really look like it's new at all. Which, I mean, with Can-Am style, they do change stuff once a year. That's just what they do. But I think some of the stuff that we might, want to be looking forward to is, I think the biggest one would be like taking the Renegade, 650 and the 1000, and then just finally putting a rad relocate on them things, because I'm just gonna be honest with you, Can-Am, I really think that would be the right move, because just trying to pull the radiator out is such a big hassle. There isn't really like a super good kit. I know Platinum Fab has probably the best one as of right now, which is a super good kit, but a lot of people are keen, not a lot of people, but there are some people who are keen on looks, and I know I tend to be one of them. So I'm not the biggest fan of the Platinum or the Platinum Fab, the way that it looks. Again, that's no hate to Platinum Fab whatsoever. I still think they have the best kit, but I'm just not a big fan of the way that it looks. That's just a me thing. But like the other kits are just, they're not really quality. And then the one that is quality, which is Can-Am's kit, doesn't really look that good. So I think it'd be, it's about time that, we finally pull the rat out of that Renegade, because trust me guys, I know the Renegade is not rideable with that rad being down below. If you plan on riding it in the mud all the time, it's not rideable. It's just not. So I think that'd be a nice change. And then maybe like a P-drive clutch as well for like, the XXC models for GNCC and stuff like that. Make it a little bit easier to tune, so we can just do more with it, so we don't have to go out and get aftermarket clutches all the time, because that's what that's what we all do. Even those who ride on the trails and stuff like that, you're going to swap your clutch out so that way you can, get your RPMs up more into that torque range, whether you're running a mud tire or not. So those are kind of the big key things I'm looking at. I don't really see Can-Am using like the Gen 3, 500, 700 chassis for, the 850 and the 1000s. I don't really see that, because I don't know if their motors would even fit in there. I don't see Can-Am also getting rid of the V-twins either. I don't see that, but yeah, that's just kind of my thought process. But I do see like a Gen 3 Outlander 850 1000 body. I can see one of those, and then the Renegade probably won't change, which is totally fine with me. Honestly, I like the way the Renegade is, despite the fact that I currently don't own one because I sold mine. We traded it for the KTM right here, but but I think that's kind of my thought process with like the Can-Ams. I do think that it is kind of time to update them. Probably make the floorboards a little bit skinnier, kind of like how the 700 floorboards are, so that we can just fit a 32-inch tire. Just make those upgrades just a little bit easier. Take all the snorkels, because I got the 850 over here. You guys can't see it, but take the snorkels, put them all in one place. That'd be nice. That way you don't have to worry about tipping the machine to one side and then getting water in your belt on either side, really. But that's kind of my thoughts on the, what I'm hoping for with the new Can-Am models. Like I said, this is going to be just kind of a short video. This is kind of my thought process. I don't really see us getting like a 1000 plus cc ATV, which kind of sucks. I don't really see that. It would be cool, and I think that would be awesome, but I don't really see that happening. I can see us getting like, a 1500 cc like Maverick Turbo. I can see that. Polaris released their new, I think it's a Ranger. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's a Ranger 1500. I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to the side-by-sides, but those are kind of like, you know, like the key things. I think some nitpicky stuff for me personally, I'd say replacing the rear rack on the Outlanders would be nice, because it's really hard to clean the mud out from underneath of them. You know, lift the headlights up a little bit. Don't have to worry about getting smashed, because you still have to worry about that with the new models. Not the Gen 3s, but you know, the 850 1000 bodies, you still have to worry about that. And then you know, maybe updating the front rear diffs, stuff like that. Those are just kind of like my little like small nitpicky stuff that I think needs to be changed. Other than that, personally, I love my 850. I do. There's a chance I might trade it off for one of the newer ones, depending on what they do. It's debatable, but that's just kind of my thoughts on, you know, Can-Am right now and what they're doing. Because I think the whole, you know, the 500s, 700s, I don't think they're bad machines. They've been out for a little bit. I've seen one in action, a 700 XMR, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I wasn't really too impressed by it. I don't know if it was because the guy didn't know how to ride it very well, which I don't really see that in this case, or if it was just, you know, the weight, because if the dry weight of that thing is a little over 900 pounds plus fluids, you're looking at close to 1,000. And this is just a single cylinder that's making 50 horsepower compared to, you know, my Rubicon that's behind my YZ. It's somewhere around 750 pounds, and it just kind of floats over everything. It doesn't really get stuck as bad. It doesn't have the power, sure, but, you know, it's able to kind of chug through. But that's kind of the only reason I'm not the biggest fan of the 700 XMR. Again, I don't think it's necessarily a bad vehicle, and it is targeted towards the right people, but by the end of the day, I think that the thing just weighs too much. If it would just weigh less, then it wouldn't be as bad, but, you know, unfortunately, there's no way to fix that. You know, the rest of the 500 ones, though, like, you know, the 500, 700s that are non-XMRs, they're fine. There's no real big deal with them. Their targeted audience is weird because they're kind of like going after Honda and Yamaha, which is not a great idea, but who knows? Like I said, I've already seen a couple. I saw one at Mud Bash, and then I saw one over at Mob Motorsports, so just kind of tooling around. So, I mean, it's obvious that people are, you know, getting these things, but I don't know. But that's kind of my view on the whole 2024 Can-Am's. I'm really hoping to see, you know, like some pretty good colors, because I do like the recent colors that we have, especially like the, I guess it's like a silver color with the Renegades. I think that looks sick. I think that's really cool, and I like the single, you know, how all the panels are the same color, not like the 22s where, you know, you have like tan on the two front fenders and then your back fenders are black and it's like a matte black. I don't think that really like looked too good in my opinion. Personally, I'd prefer just an all black machine with like, you know, maybe like a secondary color of red, you know, maybe orange or blue, you know, like make your shocks like blue, you know what I mean? That's what I would prefer, but who knows? They haven't done an all black Renegade yet or an all black Outlander, I don't believe, except for the limited. So we could see that. Who knows? Could have all orange. I don't think we've had an all orange Renegade or Outlander. Well, that's not true. I think we've had an all orange Outlander, but not a Renegade. I'm not 100% sure. But like Can-Am's got, you know, a ton of options. But I can tell you that from the promo picture I saw on the internet, which I think I saw it on like Facebook, that just looked like a like side-by-side tracks, like, you know, where they're blowing all the dust and stuff. That was just side-by-side stuff. But I don't want to ramble on too long, so like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If not, you know, leave a like and comment and all that other garbage. And I mean, tell you guys what you think. I'd like to, you know, depending on who sees this video, I'd like to see, you know, maybe a response if they're quick enough from, like, you know, maybe Don Adventures This Way, maybe Taylor Bonnet, you know, Let Dirt Fly Crew, Jeremy Warner. Like, I'd like to hear your guys' ideas and like what's your guys' thought process on what Can-Am's going to be doing, because I'm definitely curious. And I mean, there's also the motorcycle side, but I'm going to talk about that in a completely different video, because the market they're going for there is interesting to say the least. So thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.